make sure that things are running smoothly. And I think by the grace of Allah, I'm getting the hang of this technology. So we'll get started in about 2 minutes. Walaikum salam. Peace, sister. Salam. Peace, Jasmine. Good to see you. Greetings, Latanya. Walaikum salam, beloved. One more minute and we'll open up in prayer and get it going. Peace, Saron, honey. Oh, how happy it makes me to see my sisters in the building. The sound, is everything okay? Can y'all hear the vibes in the background? Can you hear me clearly? Peace, Nadik. Alright, so let's open up in prayer. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Oh Allah, we thank you for allowing us to experience and witness your marvelous creation, and for the opportunity to come together for a higher purpose. May we rise above the chaos of this wicked world. May we find balance. May we be uplifted, and may we become grounded. We love you, we thank you, we praise you. In your holy and righteous name, in the name of your risen and exalted Christ, and in the name of your divine reminder and Jesus in our midst today, we pray. Ameen. Peace, everyone. Welcome to Zewdy Zen Zone, if it's your first time here, and welcome back for those of you who have been joining. I am Zewdy, curator of the Zen, and here we come together to talk about different things, spiritual principles, and things that keep us forward thinking and uplifted, especially during these troubling times. And if you are new here, if you're watching via YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, and feel free to comment and all that good stuff. So this is a new year according to the Gregorian calendar, and the first Zen Zone episode of the year. It's good to see you all. So I want to acknowledge the people that have contributed within the last week. So I'm going to shout them out right now. Shout out to Greta, Dale, Jamond, and Edward. And I believe that is it. So thank you all for your contributions, for your donations. If you would like to contribute or donate, here are the ways: Cashapp, PayPal, and Venmo. And if you're on YouTube, of course, you can do Superchats. Thank you very much for your support. And it helps me. It helps support the channel, the content, and the content creator and curator. Peace. I see my sister Zabib in the building. Peace, Greta. Okay, wonderful. Everybody's telling me that the sound is loud and clear, so that is good to know. And let's see. Oh, wonderful. Yes, so soothing. Great. So, I hope everybody's been having a good New Year so far. I would say it's good. Not to be cliche or anything, but just to be alive, just to make it into this time is a blessing, and I don't want to take that for granted. So it is good so far. Just figuring out life, how to move forward, how to navigate things, That's what I'm on. That's what I'm always on this constant spiritual journey. Thank you. All right. So, something that I touch on here and there in the Zen Zone, and I believe I will be talking about more these days, is healing and health, as that is not only a recurring theme, I just think it's a constant thing, personally. And considering, the conditions of the world today with this pandemic that is still rampant in various parts of the world, our health is something that should really be a focus, something that we need to take more seriously now more than ever. Sometimes it's like it takes something that serious or that drastic in order for people to kind of wake up to the significance. People say health is wealth, and of course everybody wants to be healthy, but when we're faced with something that's so serious as COVID-19, something that is so contagious and uncontained, it's even more concerning our health, So I've mentioned this before in previous Zen Zone episodes, but in the Nation of Islam, we partake in a monthly fast, a 3-day fast where we don't eat any food during those 3 days. We just consume water or coffee or tea, and it's coming up. It's actually starting this week, and basically on Thursday you would take your last meal, and then you don't eat again until Sunday evening. So I've been preparing for that, the first fast of the year, and preparing mentally, physically, spiritually, and just thinking about, it's been some years since I first started participating in this fast, and I'm really thankful, because prior to ever doing that, the 3-day unity fast, I never fasted, ever in my life. I never understood it, especially because I didn't really have a spiritual background or upbringing, you know. So I knew about fasts, like I knew about the fast of Lent. I also knew about just other religious fasts, Ramadan. And as I grew older, I began to respect fasting from my very limited vantage point, because I still didn't really know the real significance, maybe more on a surface level. But it wasn't until I started fasting, doing the 3-day fast as well as participating in Ramadan, that I began to really learn from my experience, and then of course reading about it. And man, prior to fasting, I did not think that I could live without food for that many days. But it's more than possible. I mean, you can go much longer than 3 days. So if anybody that is watching today is interested in participating in the fast, I will put the information for it on my Instagram page in my story, as well as I'll post it on my Facebook too. So yeah, but fasting has so many benefits, physically, spiritually, of course the discipline aspect. If you can refrain from things that you actually need in life to survive, then it can help you to become more disciplined in abstaining and rejecting things that you don't need but may normally be tempted by. It's something that really helps to build your discipline and your will to do so, to be disciplined. Also, fasting, not consuming any food for 72 hours really helps to reset your system. It's obviously a cleansing process. So you want to make sure that you are hydrating. You don't have to drink water all day long, but make sure that you're drinking water. And the fact that you won't be consuming any food, your body won't even be calling for water as much as if you were eating food. And I bear witness to that. And personally, when I fast, I like to be productive and not doing too much physically, but the more that I do it and the more consistent I am with fasting, the more I'm actually able to do physically, because my body starts to adjust. So like, I'm not about to go and run a marathon or anything like that, but I can be active somewhat. I'll do yoga and some light workout stuff during a fast. I would dance. Personally, that's something that I would do, but not too much. But another thing I wanted to mention is that when you're fasting and your body is not busy digesting food, your brain, your mind is so much clearer than when you eat food. Now, I eat 1 meal a day, and so I'm not eating food all day long, but when I fast and I'm not consuming any food, there is a very noticeable difference in the way my mind is operating, the way that I'm thinking, and even the way that I receive information. I just feel that my mind is more receptive when I'm fasting. So it's a great time to study. Greta says she's interested, and I can't totally fast, but I will take this time to fast from eating meat. Oh, that's great. Oh, I understand. I know your circumstances. I think that's a good idea. And God willing, in the near future, you will be able to participate in this fast and experience the benefits. And I would love to hear your experience with it. But I would love to hear your experience with fasting from meat. That's a great thing to do as well, because meat is very hard on our digestive systems. So to, limit your intake of it would definitely do you some good. Greetings, Jaleesa. Greetings. Oh yeah. Technically, it's still January 6th here in Eastern Standard Time, America. But in other parts of the world, including Ethiopia, it is already the 7th, which is the Orthodox Christmas. So to those of you who observe, Melkam Gana, and please excuse my accent. Okay. Yeah. So, excuse me. So, another thing I wanted to talk about in the realm of health and healing is like just different things that we could incorporate in our everyday lives just to help strengthen and boost our immunity. Some things that you may already know, some things maybe not, but I just wanted to mention them because they're things that I do and use and help me. I rarely ever fall ill, thank Allah, and God willing, I won't fall ill anytime or anytime soon. But of course, getting fruits and vegetables in, fresh fruits and vegetables, some of the best things that you can consume. But you know that a lot of the foods are not as nutrient rich as they once were. The soil is depleted. So, these days we have to supplement. So getting multivitamins, making sure we're getting our vitamin A, C, D, E, K, iron, potassium. So a multivitamin. Also, I like to take colloidal silver drops in my water, and I don't do that every day. You can, but I do it for a few days, and then I'll take a break from doing it, and then I'll go back and take some more. And colloidal silver is known to be like a natural antibiotic, and many people like to use it. Some people don't believe that it's helpful, but I've done some research on it, and people that I trust when it comes to health, they definitely vouch for it. So that's something that I like to take. Also, getting sun. Getting that, oh man, the sun. We don't even know. We don't know the value of that thing. So recently, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan actually spoke about the sun and what he had learned from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and he said that there are billions of vitamins that we get from the sun. Now, some of us are already familiar with the fact that when we get exposure to the sun, it helps our bodies synthesize vitamin D, and we need vitamin D. And if you've been following some of the reports that have to do with COVID and staying healthy, vitamin D is key to that. So just vitamin D alone is something that I think should encourage us to want to get more sun exposure. But there's so many, I don't know, man. The sun was created to serve us, and we should utilize it. Now, where I am right now, it is currently winter, but I'm still getting the sun as much as I possibly can. Like, some days the sun is shining really bright, and I go outside and I sit in the sun, and I sit in a place where I can get as much sun exposure as possible. I'll sit out there and read, or sit out there and listen to music. And I can't say for sure I know exactly what is happening, but I know that when I do get sun, that I physically and emotionally feel better than before I did. That I can literally feel it, like raising my vibration, I guess I would say. Because I be feeling mad good. I just want to stay in the sun. So, yes. What else? Elderberry. A lot of people are familiar with that. So you can make a tea out of it, or they have teas available. Also, different types of supplements. But I would say that, because there's a certain process when it comes to using elderberry, that I wouldn't go about getting like raw elderberries and trying to make a tea, because you can really hurt yourself. You can poison yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So get the supplements or get a tea. Okay. Wa alaikum salam, my sister. Astral Healing Arts in the building. Good to see you. Let's see. The nanoparticles of the silver incapacitate foreign agents within the body. Definitely. And antibacterial. Definitely antibacterial. Yes, sir. Ain't no winter down there. That's cap. Well, where you over there in the North Pole, so I know you're freezing, and I feel for you. But it gets cold here. It's not that bad, especially because I grew up in New Jersey, and in New Jersey we get real winters, like snow. We've had blizzards, all that kind of stuff. Like when school was a thing, we would be off of school because of how much snow we got, like real snow days. Roads just messed up for days. Sometimes it would take them almost a week to start cleaning the streets. So yes, that's like real winter, real cold, and I would imagine it's a lot more difficult to get sun in places where the winter is like that. But if you can, just try, please, because it'll only do you some good. But I have to tell you, even though it's not dreadfully cold here, I find myself really missing the summer. I really want to be just appreciative of all of the seasons and just grateful, even if it is unpleasant for a number of reasons. I strive to just appreciate it. I'm still striving. I can't say that that I'm 100% like, oh yes, I just love the winter, and because I'd be lying if I said that. But I'm learning to appreciate it and not curse it like I once did. There was a point in time where I would just be like, I hate it. I hate winter. But, you know, it serves a purpose, and it's a reflection of the cycle of life. So, yeah. I look forward to the spring, though. I look forward to things coming alive and coming to birth once again. I don't know what the lighting for you looks like, but you know, I got me a little wintertime tan. You know what I'm saying? I be getting sunshine even in the wintertime. You feel me? Okay. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, just different things. I just wanted to share like some things that I do that help me stay healthy and just overall just good things that you could implement that's very easy to do. So in the mornings, I like to drink water, and I like to either add ginger and lemon or ginger and lime, and I'll boil some ginger and then add either lemon or lime juice to that, and I'll have about 2 cups, like 2 cups of that in the morning. It'll be the first thing that I consume, and it's good for a number of reasons. So lemon and lime, they have an alkalizing effect when they enter your body, and it helps to detoxify. So it's alkalizing, detoxifying. It assists your digestion, because lemon and ginger are good for digestion. It's also good for inflammation, so it's anti-inflammatory, and it's very hydrating. I don't find myself to be dehydrated. I really strive to be hydrated. Dang, I didn't even get no water today. Well, or tea. You know, usually I'd be sipping on something during the Zen Zone, but it's all good. Peace. I see more folks joining. Yeah, so that's something. And what else do I want to share with you all? Let's see. Well, there are different herbs, you know. I love teas. I love herbal teas. There are so many kinds that you can use for different ailments or just overall health maintenance. One of them is echinacea or purple coneflower. Many people are familiar with that as something that is immune boosting, and I actually grow it. Of course, now in the wintertime it's dormant and I don't grow it indoors, but I was able to harvest some of my echinacea. I harvested the root as well as the petals and some of the leaves. So that's pretty cool. And that, you know, personally, it makes me feel accomplished that I can grow a lot of the things that I consume in tea, as well as like some vegetables and things like that. If you are dealing with stress and anxiety and that sort of like emotional, just just being uneasy and things like that, there are different teas that can help with that as well, to help you feel more relaxed. And some of those teas or herbs that I would recommend are lemon balm, which I grow. Let's see, chamomile, lavender, kava kava, ashwagandha. And kava kava and ashwagandha, they fall in the category of adaptogenic herbs, and those are the ones that help to deal with these types of issues, but they're in a specific category. And I have some notes here about my adaptogenic herbs. Yeah, so ashwagandha helps to boost and rejuvenate brain function. It helps to increase attention span, and also with processing information at a faster rate. So, sometimes when we experience anxiety and stress, it's really hard to function because there's like a block. And, when we experience those emotions and feelings, oftentimes it can be stagnating. It can be hindering. So if you need a little help from your herbal friends, ashwagandha is a good one. Ginkgo biloba revitalizes and improves concentration by improving blood flow to the brain. Ginkgo also has positive benefits. Oh, I feel like that's redundant. Benefits for eyesight, and that also has to do with improving blood flow to the brain. Ginseng, many people are familiar with that, is energy boosting, and it helps to stimulate mental activity. Gotu kola is a brain enhancer which promotes longevity, and rosemary, which enhances mental clarity and recall. So I even read that, I know some people like to use rosemary. You can use it in your food, you can make a tea out of it, but I read that even just smelling rosemary can help your memory. That's just amazing to me, like these plants that God put on this earth, they're here to help us. So, we got to go after it and learn these things. Kaija says, Happy New Year. Wow, loving the depth of knowledge on health. It's inspiring. Oh, thank you so much. I've been having some conversations with some good friends of mine, and health is always something, health is a passion of mine. So I love to talk about it, I love to research about it, and I love to share what I know about it. So I'm thankful, and I'm appreciative for this opportunity to be able to share some of what I know and some of what I've researched, and some of what I do and experience. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, thank you for that. Yeah, but I'm very passionate about health, especially just holistic approaches and natural remedies and treatments, or things that would be considered alternative medicine, things that we can do to treat ourselves as well as maintain our health, improve our health. We can take charge of our health. We don't have to be victims to things, but we have to know that. It just makes me think of a conversation I was in earlier this week, and some people don't believe that through the way we eat that we can reverse and eradicate disease and illness. But we absolutely can. But we have to know, and we have to seek knowledge, and the knowledge that would give us the information to treat whatever specific condition or ailment or disorder that we are suffering from. And that's not to say that all synthesized medicine is just like unnecessary or obsolete. It's not saying that at all, because sometimes one's disorder or dis-ease or illness can be at such a almost fatal or very, very late stage that the natural methods of treating it won't be effective because of how far it's gotten. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, there are medicines that have their place. But if we can take charge of our health before it gets that bad, we'd really be doing a great service to ourselves to do that. And we can do that. We can do that. Do you believe that we can do that? I hope that you do. I hope that you do. If you don't believe it, I would say do your research and try it for yourself. Let's see. Peace, Jaman. Thank you. Happy New Year. May this new year be a blessed one. Zabib says, I feel like... Zabib's roommate says, I feel like she would make an amazing doula. Oh. Well, I mean, praise God. I don't know if that's in the cards for me. But, I would say I'm passionate about women's health. Being a woman myself. I better be. No, I am, definitely. I talk to my sister friends all the time about health-related things. When I say all the time, I mean literally all the time. Like, every day. Something. Dealing with our health. So, Zabib, please thank your roommate. I appreciate that comment. Yeah. Someone asked me, what's your favorite tea? Oh my gosh, I don't know. My favorite tea? I don't think I have a favorite. If I would, quantify what my favorite tea is based on the frequency that I consume it, it'd probably be ginger. I have ginger every day, a few times a day. So maybe ginger. I really have to re-up on some herbs. I have a whole herb cabinet thing, and I'm low and empty on a lot of my herbs, so I need to do something about that. But let me see. I really like rose tea, just literal rose petals in my tea. It has some benefits, but honestly, I like the floral flavor. It's something just pleasant and tasty, nothing too strong. I do really enjoy chamomile and the effects of it. Chamomile itself, it has a very pleasant, sweet taste and aroma. I mean, I'm not really a sugar sweet person, so I don't usually add sweeteners. But because honey has medicinal properties, I will add honey. And I mean, I like it. But if you add just a tiny bit of honey to chamomile tea, it's like, it's so good. It brings out the flavor of it even more. And you really don't need that much. Hello, beloved sister. Greetings, beloved. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us. Yeah, so herbs, man. There are so many different herbs that can help us, that can treat different things, that can just make life better, that boost our immunity. And as I mentioned earlier, and as we're all aware, COVID-19 is still very much a reality. So on top of that, it's winter, flu season. We need all the immunity boosting that we can get, you know, and I am an advocate of natural remedies, natural ways, methods, all that good stuff. So let's see. If anybody is dealing with any kind of virus, of course the flu is a virus and COVID is a virus. I pray that nobody is dealing with that. But I recently learned that some people close to me are COVID positive, and I'm just going to pray for them and send some information their way to deal with it as they do whatever they got to do. But I do want to share some things that I have here. I have some flu fighting remedies, and it could be used for the flu, it could be used for a cold, or anything similar to that. And these are tried and true things that I have shared with people I know, and it has helped them overcome the flu as well as colds and things like that. All right, so if you are dealing with congestion as well as respiratory congestion, you know, in the nose and the lungs and all of that, here's a steam inhalation recipe. So boil 2 cups of water and add 3 drops of eucalyptus, peppermint, rosemary, and oregano oils. Cover the pot for 5 minutes. After that, lean over the pot with a towel over your head and hold in the steam and breathe it in for about 15 minutes. So that can help alleviate that congestion. Here is an herbal tea recipe. So 1 echinacea tea bag, 4 slices of ginger, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 2 tablespoons of honey, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of cayenne. I hope I'm not saying this too quickly, but of course this will be recorded, so God willing, if you need to go back to it, you can. So you're going to steep the echinacea and the ginger for 10 minutes in boiled water. So you can have the water boiled already, and then put the echinacea and the ginger in there, steep it for 10 minutes. Then you can add the rest of the ingredients and stir. And it's up to you whether or not you want to strain it. Some people don't care and will leave the tea herbs in their cup. They don't mind, but you can strain it if you want. But that's great. It really helps to warm you as well as fight off whatever's going on inside. Okay, Someone says, look into Swipe Shield. It helps stop germs entering your nose. My mom got me on it. I work in retail, so anything to help. Thank you. Swipe Shield. I believe I recently saw somebody mention it or recommend it, but if you don't mind like sharing what it is, I'm not sure what exactly it is. Can you tell me what it consists of? Because I am curious to know. Oh, and I see you said, wow, so nice to seeing you still on here. I found you way back before audition for Idol. Oh wow, yeah, that's a minute ago. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back and joining me here in the Zen Zone. I know this is quite different than what you may be used to me doing, but I pray that you enjoy and that what is shared here is beneficial to you and to everybody else that is watching. The next thing I want to share with you all is something called the garlic ginger lemon balm. Okay, it may not taste the greatest, but it's not about taste. Okay, this is about health, and you know it's adjusted so that it's not unbearable. So here we are, garlic ginger lemon balm. So you want to get a 4-inch piece of ginger, 2 cloves of garlic minced, a juice of 2 lemons, 2 teaspoons honey. I mean, you can add more, you know, if you want to, but 2 teaspoons is probably enough. 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 1 cup of boiling water. So combine the ingredients, stir, steep for 5 minutes, and then strain if you want to, but it's not necessary. So that is like, whew, it's another thing that is warming. And you know, we've discussed some of the benefits of ginger and lemon already, but garlic is also something that would be considered a natural antibiotic. You know, some years ago I used to eat raw garlic, like just chop it up and just eat it, and boy was it something. But it really helped. Like if I started to feel a tickle in my throat, like something was about to start, I would eat 1 clove of garlic raw, and it would just nip it in the bud. Like it would never allow it to develop into whatever it was going to be. So, you know, I love garlic. I really love garlic, but I love it for its medicinal properties, and I vouch for it. Yeah. And the last thing here in my flu fighting remedies thread that I have is something called a Mucus Buster. So this helps to break up mucus and phlegm in the throat as well as the chest. So the juice of 1 medium lime or 3 key limes, which are very, very small, by the way, 2 tablespoons honey, 2 teaspoons ginger powder, although you can use raw ginger as well, 2 teaspoons cayenne powder, and a pinch of sea salt. So you make this concoction, and you would take 1 teaspoon whenever you need relief. It's not something that you just take, you know, as like a big dose. It's just you combine those ingredients, and then whenever you need relief from the phlegm, you'll take a teaspoon. And I would take water afterwards to help it, you know, wash down. You are a vibe. Thank you. Thank you. I am a vibe. I am a vibe technician. I am a Zen curator. Aziza, greetings, salam. Aziza says, ginger is the way. LOL. My mom recommends garlic and ginger tea for everything. Ethiopian mothers. Yes. Okay. Listen, our Ethiopian mothers and grandmothers, they be knowing. They know. They got some of this herbal knowledge that, some people would like to scoff at or mock or laugh at, but they have it. And there is truth and legitimacy in the things that they recommend. Shout out to the Ethiopian mothers and grandmothers. Shout out to my grandmother, Mama Almaz, okay? I believe that she would be pleased with this natural path that I have been on. Peace, Osina. Dr. Zewdy. Hey, man. Speaking into existence. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss somebody over here? No. Okay. Interesting. What? Dr. Minister Zewdy. Oh boy. Y'all just giving me all these titles. Oh, that's funny. But the war on SJW is always trying to make me a minister. I'm not a minister. I'm just passionate about health and the healing of our people. And, I just want us to become greater and greater versions of ourselves in perpetuity. And in order to do that, we have to seek knowledge and study and apply it. And, share what we know of good that would benefit others. Let's see, at 6:49 of your friend's current COVID situation can have cured by pomegranate inside it then. I don't think I really understand the comment, but if you're saying, pomegranate, the fruit or the juice, would be helpful, I will look into that myself as well, and I thank you for sharing that, and I'll also pass along what I learned. Okay. So, if anybody here has natural herbal remedies that that you use, feel free to share it. I would love to learn about that and look into it myself as well. What do I have here? Because we're about to wrap this thing up. Writing because I thought you were just the other. I don't understand. Oh. Via the hub says thought is a beautiful natural remedy. All praises due to Allah. Oh, how could I not mention that? Positive thought, of course. Exactly. Yeah. The mind. The mind is so powerful. and the way that we think can really affect our health in different ways. Clearly it affects our mood, how we feel. So having positive thoughts, having the right thoughts, thinking good thoughts, can really help us, even boosting our immunity. When our minds are plagued with negative thoughts and even falsehood, and even things like we were talking about earlier, things that cause us to feel stressed and anxiety, that really hinders our body's ability to fight illness. And a lot of people are stressed, but it's because of what's in the mind. So I appreciate you for bringing that up, because that's something that should always be considered, and we need to know that. We really need to know. You hear people say like the mind is powerful and that sort of thing, but we really don't know what that means, and we don't know the potential power that our minds have. Good God Almighty. I'm telling you. From my own experience, there was a point in time in my life where I didn't have such great thoughts. I was just dealing with a lot of BS in the past. And the kind of thoughts that I was entertaining, they were very self-defeating, and not, they definitely caused me to be stressed and anxious. There was a point in time in my life where I was always anxious. Like literally the anxiety wouldn't go away. And during that time, my immunity was definitely low, and it manifested in my skin. Now you see, today, I have more or less very clear skin, praise be to Allah. And yes, part of it has to do with my lifestyle change in terms of what I consume as food and drink and all of that, but it's also because of the thoughts that I think. I'm telling you, the thoughts that you think, that informs everything else that you do, but at that time where I had a lot of anxiety and I wasn't eating the best, because the thoughts I was thinking, I wasn't thinking highly of myself in a way where I had the self-love to do right by myself. So, thinking these negative thoughts, eating junk, smoking, drinking, doing all of that stuff, being anxious and stressed out, having a face full of acne, like all over my cheeks and my forehead. I remember those times, and I'm really thankful that I've come into a knowledge that helped me to know more about this and the power of this. And yeah, man, all praise is due to Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad and the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Gotta give credit where credit's due, because it's not like, oh, I just figured this out on my own. No. These are the teachings that have helped me. And I'm just so eternally grateful. when you know something and you know something is good for you, you gotta apply it. And be patient and be consistent with it. You know, you can't expect something to just change instantly, because the condition that you are in didn't happen in an instant. It's something that happened gradually. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm, you know, although this is something that I'm aware of and that I know, I'm speaking to myself too, because I haven't mastered anything, but I have experience with what I'm sharing, and I know from my experience the truth of it in my own life and the benefits that I have received from applying the things that I learned. So, and you know, some of the physical manifestations or the physical results, evidence of what I'm sharing, you know, it's just something that cannot be denied. So yeah, yeah, man. Let's see. Sosana asks, what led you to awaken and let go of the old lifestyle? Oh man. Long story short, it was really like just being sick and tired of the condition I was in. You know, as I had mentioned, being in that constant state of anxiety, that was for me it was a long time. And just being very down spiritually, emotionally, all of that, being sick of that. And it's really what caused me to seek God for the first time in my life. And God willing, soon I will make a video where I really go into the detail, because this is something that many of you have asked me about, and I really want to share it. But I want to make sure that I don't leave out anything, any of the significant details, because I you know, when you ask me that question, it's really let me slow down for a second. It's something that I would love to share. Like, it really warms my heart, because it's really a part of my testimony, you know? And I just want to make sure that when I share it, I give everything that is needed to know, so that you have understanding, and that it makes sense, and that it could benefit you if you may be dealing with a similar situation, or are, you know, looking to throw away an old lifestyle, or feeling sick and tired of it yourself, you know. So, well, it's about that time. And I had a great time with you all here, and I'm thankful that I was able to share what I did. And I thank you all for being here. And if you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, and you can also hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload or go live. And there will be a lot more videos like this in the future, inshallah. And the first Zen Zone of the new year. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence, your attention, your energy, your time. I don't take any of that lightly. And you know, hopefully I will see you next week, same place, same time. Thank you. I thank Allah for you all, sending you all much love, and I pray that I'll see you again. We are now exiting the Zen Zone. Peace.